Oh, you know what?
Hang on. The broadcast is live. We're live. Here we are. We're on Facebook Live. How's it going?
Well, I don't know who's watching this, but if you are watching this, you really need to question what you're doing with your life.
Yeah, it's just the two of us right now. You look like you're in your attic. Is that what's going on?
What you don't factor in about an attic, Ben, is the extraordinary heat. It's really. I think by then, give me 20 minutes and I'll be naked. Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe that's definitely not incentive to hang around on the live stream.
Where are you right now?
I'm in my garage. So obviously, lockdown's not going that great for me. I've been banished to the garage. You know, family prison, as we like to call it, is it's pretty much ended with us in separate parts of the house, away from our families, right?
Do you know, Ben? Actually, you've been up here before. This is where you get me to grow all your
I don't.
tomatoes.
No, I don't.
Tell everyone tomatoes and their herbs, and I'll leave them there, and I'll come over every now and then.
I'm ignoring you. I wish I could mute you, but I can't mute you. I can't do that. But welcome along. We are Jono and Ben. We're new to the hits. Yeah. We're starting things up now with a very bleak 0 numbers on our Facebook page, right? We're starting from scratch.
We're starting on the hits with the bleakest ask me anything the internet is you know what I find in my attic is, you just throw anything you don't want in here. But my mum and dad, they live in Christchurch, and every time they come up, they just ferry just junk from my childhood. And sort of
get rid of it, right? They got rid of you, and now they want to get rid of junk.
I have my 6-year-old birthday cards here. Look at this disturbing little thing. There's a little boy with a piece of cake, and he's sitting on the robot's lap. You wouldn't do that in 2020, would you?
Oh, no.
Man dressed up as a robot there saying happy birthday. But I mean, the kid looks happy. Not as happy as the robot, though. But
well, weird birthday cards aside, can we just send a message out there to everyone? Just sending a lot of love. Obviously, this is really weird, unsettling time for New Zealand. We're feeling that. We want to send love, and hopefully we can get through this as a country. Everyone can stay safe, and we can get through this, get back to, when the world's biggest problem was like the Game of Thrones final. You remember that? That was a good time.
I liked it when we kept banging on about how Elton John didn't play long enough.
Yeah, like those problems. That's what we want to get back to right now. So we are sending a lot of love. It is very anxious, unsettling times. And
because there's job losses, there's people taking pay cuts. Then you've got the anxiety of whether you're actually going to catch COVID-19. So we understand these are really testing, troubling times for everyone. And so we're starting a show next week, lunchtime, called the ISO Luncheon. The pun almost works.
Yeah, not right. Yeah.
Yeah, and what we're hoping to aim for this show is, a light bit of relief from the shitstorm that's currently going on, and we're going to be doing that show for a couple of weeks from 12 to 1. It's going to be celebrity guests. We're going to have all the big bangers. You name them. Sir Ernest Rutherford.
Okay, no. Yeah.
Kate Shepherd.
Okay, well, no. Yeah. Okay, well, I need to explain to you about, Anyway, we're going to have some big New Zealand celebrities joining us also from isolation. Yeah. A fun little game we're going to play with Boomers and Zoom as well, and basically try and lift spirits for an hour. Give everyone a bit of a break, lift spirits without actually lifting spirits, because that's also happening right in houses around New Zealand at the moment as well.
I know we just said New Zealand's doing it tough, but no one is doing it tougher than me right now. It is so.
Okay. Why did you decide to go in your attic? It's your own fault. We got some questions rolling through. I'm gonna hit you up with one. Did you panic buy?
I am on the same screen as you. I don't see any questions rolling through.
I got a separate laptop.
I've got a separate laptop. A separate laptop.
Did you panic buy anything? There's a question.
No, I wish I got caught up in the toilet paper frenzy though, because all I need is some paper for my butt, and run out now. I feel like we spend a lot of time and energy on toilet paper purchasing when maybe we should have been buying medicine.
Oh, do you know what? Here's a question for you, because we haven't done this before. On the right hand side of your screen, it says private chat. Like, look at your screen. Go across the live comments.
Where?
See that? There you go. These are your comments.
Oh, look at all there.
Now you can see them. All right.
Alice Lane says, "I'm only here for producer Juju." Well, we've banned her from this. She's in the background.
Yeah. Claire's watching as well.
Juju, get producer Juju to come on and show herself.
Hi, guys. Yeah, Juju's pressured friends into to sending some comments through for us right this afternoon.
I hope all my friends are watching. You better be watching, friends.
Juliet's going to be on the show. She's the millennial of the show, and we're trying to come up with her nickname, and we've settled with Millennial Juliet Mildew.
Mildew.
Mildew, something that we can forget, need to get rid of, right?
It actually does. All right, I'll leave you guys to it, okay?
All right, yeah.
Nice way to distance yourself from this shambolic Ask Me Anything.
We're getting some nice messages coming through as well. Okay, here's a good one. What have you stopped using during the lockdown? Like, I worry about your hygiene at the best of times, Jono. Like, your showering is not something you were doing when we were hanging out together, but what at the moment, how's that going?
Showering, yeah, I'm sort of like, there's no one I need to shower for at the moment. It's
your family, you fit yourself, your personal, you know.
I mean, my family, I've given up on, I've given up to my family. I'll be showering, in all honesty, probably once every 2 days. That's all right.
That's all right, yeah. Oh, I like. We got a good burn from Charlie.
Ben, I've got a question coming through here.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're going to pay Jono back the $55 that you owe him? That's from Denise from the Wairarapa.
Well, how does Denise know about the $55 I owe you?
It's widely publicised. That man needs his money back.
These are asking anything from people out there, not from you. I'm not taking questions from you anymore.
I have another question. Oh, this comes from Chantal in Invercargill.
These are made up questions. Ben,
can you stop sending me those pictures, please?
No, these are made up questions. Caro's got an actual question. What are you missing most about the outside world? I reckon it's probably the little things that you don't appreciate, and that sounds really weird to say that, but the little things you don't appreciate at the time, being able to go out the road, get a coffee, or just like go hug a mate or things like that. It's a really weird, surreal time. It feels like you're in a movie.
A mate?
Well,
I've never seen you hug mates. You've never hugged me.
Handshake. No.
Number one on this list is hugging mates.
Oh, no, just to see people, when you can't, it's like you walk down the street and people are really friendly if you can walk around the block, sure, but you also have to avoid everyone, and that's a really weird thing to be happening in New Zealand, don't you reckon?
It's hard to come to terms. I went to the supermarket the other day, and a lady looked at me like I had the virus, and I look very sick. I look sick to begin with, but that's an unsettling thing, isn't it? Where you think, oh, that person could have something that could make me very sick. So everyone's sort of doing a 5 meter wide berth down the footpath. It's like the beginning of a movie, isn't it? Here's another question. Ben, are you paying your child support?
That is actually a question that's come through. You're right. That's not
from the child you believe to admit is yours.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Would you rather have one nipple or two belly?
The child support question has flustered him.
Yeah. No. Would you rather have? Well, this is a great question from Zach. Would you rather have one nipple or two belly buttons? Ooh,
that is a good question.
I'd probably go two belly buttons. I reckon.
Is the nipple placed like you've just got one there and then one missing there?
Oh, you could have it in the middle if you wanted to. I'm sure
you always claim I have a third one, don't you? You think that? Can you see that?
Well, no, but we're saying too much. You're naked by the end of this. This is not.
Sweating, and we're talking over each other now, and I'm sweating my ass off in here.
Well, you should have gone. Not to go in the attic. If you have just joined the live stream, we are new to the hits. We're starting up the ISA Luncheon, a 1 hour pop-up show from Monday on the hits. So we're looking forward to getting back on the radio, chatting to you guys all out there in isolation as well. And then on breakfast, we start on breakfast on the 20th. Are we allowed to say that? Well, I have. Yeah.
Here's a question. Guys, why are you starting back on the radio with a weird midday pop-up show? Great question. Well, management decided these were complicated times to launch a new show. So we've come back with a convenient 1 hour broadcast, which means we don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. just yet.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a cool time to, because everyone, you kind of need to break away from everything at the moment, consuming what's going on, and it's not like we're trying to avoid that, but at the same time, it's kind of nice to to switch off and have a laugh and trying to feel normal for a little bit, I guess. Because at the moment, nothing feels normal in New Zealand.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm like, is this the way we're going to be for the next little tenure? Is everyone just going to be working from home? Because businesses could save a lot of money on office space, and you could get all the cars off the road. And why am I not on News Talk ZB right now? So 800 1080. Your thoughts, please.
You sound like you should be, right? Yeah. From there as well.
One thing I wish I panicked. Well, there's my mother-in-law. Can you go down the road and pick me up something? Okay, yeah.
Oh, you're doing the shopping. You are doing the shopping for you're the designated shopper, aren't you?
Yeah, Jen's parents. I'm picking them up shopping, but it's very confusing. Like, I love doing it, and I'm happy to do it. Makes me look like a great guy, picking up the shopping for the older generation who's not allowed out of the house. But geez, shopping for 2 lots of households is very confusing. Like, I want to take my hat off to the people that, go around the supermarkets and do all the shopping for the deliveries.
Yeah, yeah. Well, those guys are doing an amazing job at the moment.
Yeah. Do you know what I wish I did panic by?
What's that?
Headphones. Because these are my last headphones we had.
Dr. Dre. I saw what our family paid for. I'll see if I can grab it. You just keep bantering.
Dr. Dre did a shocking job of assembling these, and we haven't done radio for a few months, and so that's how they ended up when we finished our last job. And I've had 3 months to buy some new ones, and now I've realised that no headphone shops are going to be open, and we start on Monday. Now these are the real problems of the world. Oh, you got a cat?
Yeah, this is the kitten we got before lockdown, a few days before. As yet unnamed. So if you've got a name for the cat, the kids didn't like lockdown. No. ISO was another name the kids weren't into. So if you've got a name for the cat, you can hit it back on the Jono and Ben Facebook page on the hits. Why would you
add a scatty cat into this already tedious environment of being locked down for 4 weeks?
It's been nice. It's been nice having company of a kitten. Like these things you mocked me before for hugging a mate. Well, I can hug a kitten now. So there you go. So
you look like an evil dictator planning to
take Dr. Evil.
Jack Lacey said you can call it Pussy. Ben.
I guess I could. Yeah, well, I guess that's a great name and a great suggestion. Hey, should we give away something? Do you have anything you want to give away?
Yeah, we both got to pick something to give away from our house.
Yeah.
I'm shitting kgs up in this attic, mate. It is hot. But anyway, Ben, what have you chosen?
I'm going to give away, a horse mask. How's that sound?
Yeah, a horse mask is unusual. You actually used that to do a couple of armed robberies back in 2017, didn't you?
No, that's not what happened.
So here's the thing. We've organised for Ben to do a classic internet trick shot.
Oh, right.
He lands it, he gets to hold on to his grubby horse mask.
Okay.
If he doesn't land it, give it away to someone in the comments section.
Okay. So I was gonna do it golf wise, but it's probably a bit hard. So can you see the colour in
there? Ben, hold on. Have you got a high quality TV studio light in your garage?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Well, they're different to the lights that you made me put up in my attic to grow your tomatoes.
Okay, one shot to keep the horse mask. Oh, it was close, but I didn't get it. Did you see that?
First person who wants a horse mask on the comment section, just whip something up. Now I'm going to give away a cigarette hat. So, Winning Blues. I've got a lot of hats.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is not only the irony of this hat is it's got a flap on the back to protect your neck from the sun, melanoma, and cancer. But then on the front, it's the very thing that gives you cancer.
Well, true. I don't know if anyone out there wants this hat.
Who wants this Winnie Blues hat?
What? Just a comment alongside?
No, I thought we were going to do the phone thing. You're going to make me phone someone.
Yes. Okay, you got to phone someone.
Yeah.
If they answer, you can keep the hat. If they don't answer, you give them the hat away.
Who do you want me to call?
Have you got anyone?
I'll call my mum.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Show your mum.
Were you thinking someone more famous than my mum?
Mate, I don't know. We're all part of this together.
Because I don't have anyone more famous than my mum and my phone.
Oh, hang on. What's popping up? Hey!
Hey!
Come to save us from this Ask Me Anything.
You what?
Have you come to save us?
Well, I don't want that hat, so I'm instantly regretting coming into the room. I have no place for that, and I don't want anyone I know to wear that hat. I'm not
Laura,
sure for you.
I know Laura is actually one of the few pro-cigarette broadcasters in New Zealand.
No, she's not.
Pro-cigarette broadcasters.
Yes,
I think bring back the Benson and Hedges cricket series for sure. I don't know about.
They used to be sponsored back in the day. How are you surviving lockdown, Lost?
Well, I'm still alive, and so is every member of my family. See, what you guys might not know is that I'm 31 years old. I know, I'm very young. And I live with my parents.
Do you?
And my brother and my 2-year-old and my husband. So we're all in this together, and we're all still alive. But we're just, it's nice. I've slapped on some lip gloss to take to the living room shortly, which will be lovely. That's the most dressed up I've been all lockdown. How are you guys coping?
I'm sweating my ass off in my attic here, Laura.
Why are you in your attic?
I told him to go in the attic. He decided to go in the attic because it was more comical. And now we're laughing.
Now, Laura, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Just between us and I imagine the two people watching this Ask Me Anything.
Yes.
Who's the biggest pain in the ass in your family? And you can say your kid.
She's high maintenance, but she gets it from me. And so I think if you asked any other person within the family who the biggest pain in the ass is, they'd probably all say me, which I mean, this is a safe space. But my problem is that because I get up earlier because I do the breakfast show, which you're going to get to do this, so you'll experience this. I hit the fridge earlier than anyone else. So often a lot of food is missing by the time everyone else gets up. C'est la vie. So maybe that's why I'm the biggest pain in the ass. I don't know.
Oh, smart play.
But
yeah.
How much room does, because of course you're married to Martin Guptill, Black Cat, if you don't know, but how much room does this cricket gear take up? I mean, have you got like a garage full of bats and Black Cat?
Yeah, we have a garage full of stuff. He actually put a lot of it into storage just because. Fun fact: the reason I'm living with my parents is because 2 weeks before we all got put into lockdown, we sold our house. And we had 10 days to move everything out. So we moved all of the gear out just to move into my parents for a couple of weeks till we found somewhere else. And now we live here forever. So, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever see his cricket gear again. But there's a bit of stuff around the house. It does take up an awful lot of room.
And do you have to get like throwdowns and stuff in the lounge and stuff like that to keep up the batting form?
Whether he likes me to or not, I certainly offer up that service. I'm known to put the ball in the ball machine. I'm very good at that. I've got my timing quite right. There's a system of putting the ball in the ball machine. There's a system. And I'm all right at that. I'm not great at throwdowns. I can hit catches, but again, not that versatile. I can't offer up too many with the high ball, stuff like that. Not good at that.
Laura, do you just quietly?
Yeah.
How bloody sick of cricket are you? You must just...
she loves cricket. She does like the sideline stuff for Sky Sport.
I know, but you must be like, all my whole life was cricket. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, you must be like, just can I have a day off cricket?
Well, see, here's the thing. I thought the worst thing that would ever happen to me was the World Cup final last year, but then we had coronavirus, so suddenly and I'm looking for a little more cricket. I tell you what, though, the Sky Sport All Cricket channel all the time. I mean, there's been some real throwbacks that I've enjoyed. Did you remember Max Cricket? I mean, that was on the other day. Fantastic.
Martin Crowe came up with Max Cricket, didn't he?
Revolutionary, yeah.
Naughty, awful outfits. Craig McMillan was bowling. I didn't even know he could move that fast. And to be honest, it wasn't that fast, but still moving.
It was kind of like 2020 before 2020. It was visionary.
Yeah, it was definitely the start of 2020. I loved it. I actually love cricket, so I don't mind watching it. Are you sweating? Is that sweat?
Yeah, he's sweating. He's wearing a black T-shirt and he's sweating through the black T-shirt. Hey, maybe this is a good fitness regime for you as well. Yeah, maybe this is
that's definitely not helping.
Laura, can I say you're a bloody legend? Thank you for saving our ass on the shabby AM we were pretending to do.
Well, I was so glad to have you guys on the hit, so we look forward to hearing you in the morning.
We look forward to speaking with you.
You're obliged to say that.
You're obliged to say that. Yeah.
No, I just need people to listen at 3 o'clock to the 3 p.m. pick up with Les. You do what you like in breakfast, but I just need people to listen at 3 p.m.
Laura, nice catching up with you. Take
Nice
care.
to see you guys. Glad to have you part of the group.
Love to the family. There we go, Laura McGoldrick popping up. And then we've got, hey, Jeremy.
Hey, jeez. I'd rather listen to Laura McGoldrick. I don't really want to see myself particularly. That was fascinating. She doesn't like giving throwdowns. That's fascinating.
I would have thought that.
Thought.
Yeah. Well, maybe he does the cricket ball on the stocking thing. You know, did you used to do that one as a budding cricketer, Jeremy Wells?
Yeah, I did actually. But to be honest, it's great for practicing the drive. But I mean, a lot of balls come in around this area, and you can never get a stocking that comes up around there. And as a result, I did too much of that, I think, and I was just always a bit of a front foot bully. And then people just worked out they bowl short to me, and I couldn't do anything. I just get hit in the body. So that probably wasn't a very good technique at all. How are you guys going?
We're doing well, Jerry. Can I ask, with your cameo and Laura's cameo, is this some sort of having to drink from the company Kool-Aid propaganda?
Oh, you guys should be used to that after working for the opposition for a while. You know, Dancing with the Stars. Oh, you guys didn't have to do that. Actually, you got away with that. But probably Christmas in the Park. Did you guys ever have to do Christmas in the Park?
Mate.
We hosted Christmas in the Park a couple of times.
Oh,
Here's
brutal.
a story about Christmas in the Park. These two kids came up to me and were like, I was like, yeah, sure, anything for the kids. And so I had my arm around two kids. And then while their mum was taking the photo, another kid came up behind me, down-trailed me. And then I just had my Christmas out, hugging two kids. And there's a photo of that somewhere. So
Good reason why there's a photo, but that's what happened. So, yeah.
That's actually horrible because I think, it's what some people might not realize. And a little while ago, there was actually an article and stuff, and I read it, and it featured you guys. And it said, it was talking about people that people have run into in the airport and had photos with. And people were talking about you guys had met you guys. And I actually been in the airport once with you guys, and a whole lot of people came up and wanted photos. And you guys are so nice. You're so nice to people. Like, you couldn't be nicer. And this article was about, they were saying, I had a photo of Jono and Ben. I suppose, they're sort of famous or whatever. It's like, you had the photo with them. They were nice enough to have a photo, and now you're shitting on them.
What
bloody
stuff?
stuff?
The stuff comments underneath about us would have been fantastic. Without reading them, that would have been great.
Brutal stuff.
I think he was just annoyed it was clogging up his photo stream at the end. Jerry, was there a concern around you having coronavirus?
Oh, yeah, there was actually. A few people did think I had coronavirus. What actually happened was we interviewed one of the Bachelorette contestants, and he came down with a cold. And then TVNZ freaked out, as you would, in amid the panic. And they said anybody who's been in contact with this person needs to go into self-isolation. Now, interestingly, TVNZ had accidentally taken this person on a publicity tour of every single radio station at NZME. So all of the people at NZME, but there was a potential for, it would have been a brilliant maneuver had sort of MediaWorks worked out that and then just taken someone through with coronavirus around all of the other media, things, and just wiped out their entire competition. But TVNZ were pretty freaked out about it. So we had to go into isolation for a couple of days just while we worked that out. And turns out, no, he didn't. He then got tested about 2 days later and it was fine. And so, yeah, no problem.
How are you coping, though? Because obviously you're at home with the family. I see you pop up on 7 Sharp, also from home, Yeah,
yes, I have been coming in from home, and Hillary has been in the studio, which makes sense. But now I'm back in the studio. It's been nice, actually. It's been quite nice to be able to have dinner with the family for the first time for 3 years. I've really enjoyed that. And it's been nice to be around home a little bit more, still doing breakfast radio shows. So kind of similar sort of a day in a sense, but just that the kids are at home during the middle of the day. And normally I have a couple of hours at home in the middle of the day where I sit and do some reading, or I don't know, just make some food, or generally clean. And at the moment, the kids are at home for that particular period of time, which is
almost like your family now discover what little work you do during the. You're like, I was at home writing stuff. They weren't there before, but now they are.
No, they know I don't do anything. They're well aware that all I do is clean. Basically, that's my job.
Hey, Jerry, do you mind me asking? Can you show us what you believe is the most interesting thing in your house?
Yeah, I can actually, because it's in this room here, and you guys will enjoy this. That there is a. Can you see that?
Oh, yes.
We
Can
are
you
the
see
world.
That's an original poster framed. We Are the World. It's not signed by all of the people. They're not real signatures. But my favourite song of all time, which is We Are the World by USA for Africa, by all of us.
Yeah.
And look at, are there ever going to, can you see those people, or am I just holding it up there?
No,
Should I reverse?
Charles, Michael Jackson. Yeah, there's up there. They're all there.
Yeah, it's Cyndi Lauper. It's Tina Turner, Hall and Oates.
Half of those people are in prison for sex crimes now, aren't they?
A lot of them are. Look, what was Bob Dylan doing there? And who? Kenny Rogers. That was when Kenny Rogers looked like Kenny Rogers. Before he decided to get his eyes done to try and open them up a little bit. Do you remember Kenny Rogers' eyes? You could never see them. And then they decided to do some surgery. Dan Aykroyd, for some reason, was in USA for Africa. I'm not sure what he was doing. And the News. And interestingly, Huey Lewis is in there. But the News are the only people who, beside their name, like Mario Capolina, it says Mario Capolina and then in brackets, the News, just to make sure that everyone knows who Mario Capolina is. But no one else has where they're from, which is quite humiliating. So
you could never get that many famous people in the same room at the same time ever again. You couldn't do that now.
Not now.
Apparently they were at the Grammys, and so they recorded the song the night after the Grammys. So you can imagine, this is 1985. Those people would have been dangerously high on drugs, most of them, and then they all got together. So that's probably one of it. And then I've got this, which is Dame Kiriti Kanawa. This is in the same room, and a beautiful shot of the Imperial Operatic Ice Bitch, Dame Kiriti Kanawa. And then over here is something that was gifted to me by someone who worked at Rothmans. And that's...
Is that a Benson Hedges test series?
This is in the days, this is in New Zealand, this is Rothmans, and that there is Lance Kenz's ass. That's Wally Lee's, there's Glenn Turner, and I believe that there is Bootsy Edgar. And obviously someone's been run out and they're appealing for that. I think that's Eden Park. And those are the terraces. I can tell by that fence. That was the fence.
Yeah. Lance Cairns is running a lovely tight little bottom, isn't he?
He ran quite a good rig. And then just above that is a picture of Angela Dordney with a letter attached to it after I did a Fun with Meat years ago in 97. And she then wrote me a letter saying, "Hi, newsboy. My new male friend decided you were doing something very grubby with me in your cupboard. It seems it was the Savaloys that did it for him. Kisses, Angela."
Oh, how cool is that? That's so cool.
There we go. And that just sits, interestingly, that sits just beside a portrait of Joseph Stalin. And then him. And then Michael Joseph Savage, and then of course the King of Tonga. Why would you not have a portrait of the King of Tonga?
Are you living with Jeremy Wells? It feels like you're living in some museum. But anyway, Jeremy Wells, thank you for being on the live stream.
Pleasure. Nice to talk to you guys.
Love to you, Jeremy. Stay safe.
See you, man. What a good bastard. And Laura, what a GB as well. Just good bastards all around. I mean, the two worst people on the stream have been you and me, Ben.
Yeah, that's true. It's really true. How you doing? You a couple more months? There is a lot of questions coming through.
Is my back sweaty?
Yeah, it's pretty sweaty. That's all right. We'll keep this going. Everyone reckons you can do another 30 more minutes. They want to see you gradually pass out.
If coronavirus doesn't get me, heat exhaustion will.
Yeah, we'll give you a couple more questions right now. If you have just joined us, thank you for joining us. The shambles of a live broadcast. We are doing the Isolation show from Monday on the Hits. We're very excited to be joining the Hits, and we're doing the show in a couple of weeks after that. Obviously, this is a really unusual, unsettling time for everyone, and we are feeling it. We're all in this together. Obviously, 2 meters apart from together, but we are on this together. So we are sending a lot of love, and we're looking forward to chatting to you guys on Monday on the Hits. But a couple more questions before we go.
About are you guys doing TV again? We are. We're doing some stuff with TVNZ. When that's going to happen in this current climate, TBC.
Who knows?
But yeah, that's happening. What else are they saying?
A lot of people asking if you're in the attic. Yes, Jono is in the attic.
Heidi Finchman asking, Ben, when are you going to pay Jono back the $55 that you owe?
It's not a question. Not a question.
The nation needs to know.
Do you have a handshake, a manship handshake? Well, no, but we were saying this the other day that this could be the end of handshakes. You know, like I don't think it can go back.
No. Yeah, everyone's obviously doing the elbow touch, but I think we can get a little more creative. We can add some feet into the mix. Elbows. I mean, as white guys, we never landed a handshake anyway, so it's probably great news.
Especially ones where you had to do the sort of bro shot. We could never really nail those. So maybe this is a good thing for white guys around the world. You know, that part of it. But obviously, what do you miss most about the outside world? We did sort of talk about that before, didn't we? What about you? You didn't answer.
What do I miss most about? Well, I mean, you said hugging mates, and I've never received a hug from you, so that was at the top of his list. So I don't know who you're going around hugging, but apparently,
I'm allowed to hug you again when it's government allowed. Then I'll give you a hug.
Do you know, in all honesty, and this is not a joke, I'm a hermit. Like, I really leave the house anyway. I'm a strange individual, and human-to-human contact is not one of my hobbies or interests. And so this has really adjusted none of my life at all. This is what I'd be doing usually, Ben.
Yeah. You do like to stay home, don't you? That's all, you know.
I do, yeah. I'm a homebody. I'm very quiet. I'm boring. I'm so boring. Like, I'm bleak. I'm a bleak person. Okay? Look at me, sweating in an attic.
Oh, yes. Christopher has said, are you going to pay Jono the $55? You see, now it's a thing. You've made the $55 thing a thing. Yeah. That apparently, I owe you.
I'll tell you all to know. I do have a serious question for you, though, Ben, actually. What have you been doing for exercise, mate? In all honesty, I want to know. How have you been shredding? Because I don't want you letting yourself go. You're the hot one of the team. If the hot one becomes ugly, then there's just two ugly guys, and we've got no marketable strategy. Yeah,
well, do you know what? To be honest, because I've been following this thing for a while, getting quiet because I'm an anxious person at the best of times. So I've been following this whole horrible corona thing happening around the world, and I actually hired about a month or two ago an exercise equipment, one of those the cross trainer thing. So I have one of those. So there you go. I hired that for a couple of months.
Well, good on you.
I love going to the gym, but obviously this is a time that you can't go anywhere. We've all got to stay safe, so I hired that.
What do you need one of those for a week? How much are they renting those bad boys out for?
Oh, about the same as your gym membership, which you currently doing, but
Why'd you opt for the cross trainer and just not your stock standard treadmill there, Ben?
I wanted the full upper body workout, mate. Because
that's paying dividends. Look at him.
One day I want to wear size 8 clothing for boys. At the moment I've got the size 7.
Upper body workout.
Yeah, I don't need to mock you by you on live stream. Anyway, should we do any more questions or should we wrap this shambles up?
No, let's do something fun. Let's do some.
What's that fluffy thing behind Ben?
I have a question, Ben. Do you have anywhere else you need to be?
This is the chicken soup. Whoever was asking, that's chicken soup behind me. I've kind of over the years ended up with a lot of random costumes, and this is where they live in my garage. So there you go. Of all the failed TV shows that we've done over the years, a lot of great memories here in the garage.
So your leather mask costume.
No, that's in the other garage.
Here's another question here. Talk about the plastic bags. Okay. Well, we obviously went reusable, didn't we? I was always a fan of the plastic bags. One of my hobbies was going out and drowning dolphins, so I was quite upset when they. When the reusables first came in, I had a bit of a hack at Countdown or Pack and Save or wherever you were, and I just took the basket. I just took
and then they sent around things going, you can't take the baskets, but you had one in the back of your car for a while until I told you to take it back.
Yeah, you told me off. You made me guilty, but then I think it became a bit of an issue for Countdown that a lot of people were just taking baskets home. I always like seeing people pushing trolleys to outside the vicinity of the supermarket.
There's a sort of point, right, that you go to. You're like, oh, you're allowed, and then you can sort of get 50 meters, 100 meters up the road, and you're like, no, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. And you look like a crazy person pushing a trolley. Yeah, there's a 50-meter buffer zone. You're right, Ben.
Yeah.
What do we got? Can we give J-Dog a shout-out? Oh,
hey, J-Dog. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's Jaden. Hey, Jaden. How's it going, buddy? I hope you're staying safe. Hope everyone. Thank you for all the messages. There's literally hundreds of them flying through now. They're all coming through now, so we appreciate that. And
because we had none for about 45 minutes.
Although we were clicking on the wrong option. Okay.
Yeah. No, you go, Ben.
No, you go. Look like you had.
My energy levels are dropping with the amount of sweat that's perspiring out of my body right now.
Hi, welcome. There's lots of just lovely messages out there. I think this is in this horrible time, there is some good things right now, that everyone as a country are all coming together. So that's kind of cool. There's lots of nice messages. Normally when you Google Jono and Ben on the internet, you don't see good stuff. So this is very nice. Thank you, guys.
I think there's a team of 20 people in the background fielding the angry one.
Claire questioning why she's watching. So maybe, Claire, you're right. Maybe we should wrap this up. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. We're going to do this.
We've got to say we start Monday, midday on the hits. We're doing a pop-up show for the isolation. This is brought to you by COVID-19. They've paid for the advertising rights. The isolation starts Monday, midday, and then we start the breakfast show on the hits on the 20th at 6 a.m. And I don't think there's any more important information that you would want right now than that information. All the other information you're getting pales in comparison to the isolation. Midday.
Thank you for turning your mic off on Monday. We really do appreciate you watching this. We're looking forward to joining the hit on Monday. Really unsettling time out there. We are thinking of everyone, so stay safe. We'll talk to you soon, and we are all in this together. All right, New Zealand.
Now, I as you know, Ben, I live in a mansion, so I'm just going to go down in my lift, and I'll see you guys another time.
You did that gag the first time, and I ignored it, and now I'm ignoring it again. All right.
Here we go. Bye, guys.